Hey there, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Oh, I'm recovering from a glorious weekend in New York City this past weekend. My wife and I decided to throw down and add another trip to the calendar. She had a business meeting that she had to go to on a Thursday for New York City, and we kind of just looked at the calendar and thought, like, babe, why don't I come with and we'll turn this into a long weekend like we used to do. You know, in the before times, my wife and I spent so much time in Manhattan. We were actually looking at we were going to buy a 1-bedroom around Madison Square right before I was diagnosed. Because we used to go, she worked a lot in New York. She was there, 3 times a month, and I would go with. And so we ended up spending 6, 8, 9 weekends in a given year in New York. And so we were gonna buy a place there so that we could make it be more fluid when I retired. So it was awesome to be able to go back to New York and to just go on vacation. Yeah. We went to dinner with some friends, and we went to a Broadway show. We went to see Beetlejuice. By the way, if you have a chance to see Beetlejuice, absolutely. I was afraid it was going to be kind of cheesy, chintzy. How are they going to translate that to the stage? No, it was great. It was hilarious. Belly laugh out loud, laugh till you tinkle. It was great. It was great. Definitely, I would go. But we went out to dinner and to a show on Saturday night with friends, just normal fucking people. Like, if I wasn't wearing a mask in the theater, because I was the only one wearing a mask because they have to. If I wasn't wearing a mask, I wouldn't even know that we had so much fun. We got to forget about cancer just for a little bit. We got up one day and decided that we were going to walk from Manhattan to Brooklyn. We were just going to walk. Her with her new knee, and me with this just beaten up stage 4 cancer body. No, you did good. You did good. Yeah, it was great. I got to see friends of mine. A really good friend of mine bought a place, and then his wife bought a place in an apartment, a condo in the sky of Manhattan. We had built a company together. So I had worked with him right before I retired, and I love this guy, and one of the kindest, most just awesome humans that you could meet. And he hails from India, and he he's just rocking life, and he had bought this place pre-construction, and I never didn't think I was gonna. I never thought I was gonna have dinner in his place, which is him and his wife, and I was fortunate enough that his wife's parents, who are very lovely, were visiting from India, and so we got to all reconnect, and it was beautiful. And the other thing that was really beautiful about this weekend, if you remember last year, my wife and I went to New York last year. We went to see a specialist at Sloan Kettering, and it was, wow. Ooh, so excited to get this appointment. So excited to get this appointment with this guy who's the chief of colorectal cancer, something. He was the research doctor that actually discovered and created the chemo protocol that I'm on. So I just imagine that he was an innovative thinker, and he was. I was just going to talk to him to see if there was any new science that I was unaware of in this world that I could potentially try, that I could raise my hand to be a part of. Or is there anything on the horizon? Not looking for a cure because I know nobody has a cure, because if you had a cure, you'd be fucking famous and rich and we'd all know about you. I was just looking for a little hope. And this guy did not even read my case. The arrogance of it. Can you imagine? I can afford to go to New York, to fly to New York. I turned it into a fun weekend as much as possible around this horrible appointment, right? Spend the weekend in New York. That's a lot of money. It's time, and who knows if you physically can do it. And this guy didn't even read my file. But it was just this 20-minute conversation where it was just this patronizing. He spent 10 minutes telling me that it wasn't my fault that I had cancer. To know that, to know it wasn't my fault. I'm like, I know that, thank you. Plus, dude, I have a therapist, so yeah, let's go back to the science, right? No. He essentially told me that there was nothing in this world that I could do to extend my time and to go home and accept that. And it was time to accept. That was a devastating conversation. I walked out of there bawling. The streets of Manhattan, sobbing. Because he's tried to steal my hope. So as you can imagine, that memory and laying that on top of our New York, our thing was just rough. And I never thought didn't know I was ever going to make it back. And but I did. And that was what was beautiful about this past weekend, is my wife and I, as we've been talking a lot about trying to maximize the time in the coming months over the holidays to stop being reactive to cancer, to take advantage of the whatever this is, and throw down on living our life as how we want to, as much as we can, as much as given your choice, because we know how tenuous this is. We know that I don't know how long this is going to last. I mean, just last week, my platelets cratered. I was laying in bed, silently screaming in pain from that bone marrow problem. So we know that this could be limited time. So that's why this trip, my wife had the opportunity to go for business, and we said, let's throw down, let's do it. And we just looked at our calendar, and we have something booked. Chemo, fun. Chemo, fun. Chemo, fun. That's what's going to keep me going. And just like this weekend was so beautiful and it was so restorative, I want to be able to give that to my wife, I'm sick anyways when I get disconnected from chemo, so let's do this. I want to disconnect myself. Next week, I do chemo, and then we're going to Maui. Yes, because my wife needs a break. I need a break. We're not going to get one, but we're going to make the time in between be awesome. We're going to just going to do this. This is the start of, I don't know if we would call it reclaiming my life. I don't know. Yeah, I like that. Reclaiming my life from cancer. I'm just not having cancer dominate. I want more of this past weekend. I want more of being able to smell the flowers with my wife and my friends and my family. I do have a little bit of cough now from the radiation. There's some healing going on. I've learned that my breathing is a little bit shallower, and that's okay. I just, I need to learn to slow down. If I talk a little bit slower, it doesn't happen. That's hard for me, but yeah. So I'm gonna go take these lungs for an exercise. I'm gonna go ride my bike with Tilly. Say hi. Say see you next time. Thanks for coming. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. Oh. I hear a wheeze. Can you hear it? Okay. Whatever. Let's go bike riding. All right. Talk to you later. Thanks. And thank you for the music recommendations from my last request. It was kind of cool because there was a couple of them, pardon me, that I did not know, had never heard before, and didn't even know anything about. So that was great. I love learning new things. Which brings me to this request. So I'm just wondering, do you listen to any of like the old school radio shows? You know, like the voice story shows? I have just found some really great ones lately. I can't sleep. It's the bone pain has been keeping me up. And so I'm just curious because I'm trying to fill my time in an interesting way. And I've gone through so much music and so many shows. And so now I'm on to radio shows. So do you listen to them? And if you do, tell me your recommendations in the comments. I would love it. All right. Thank you. Talk to you next time.